Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, a new Tfight 300 with what? Isoflex. Stay tuned. All right, guys, coffee sponsor of today is Ricky, R-I-K-K-E, Ricky. Ricky writes, love your content and every video is a gap closer in my knowledge of frames and strings. Could you do a review on Tecnifibre TGV, my go-to instead of gut, and ALU rough in a hybrid, playing full bed TGV for years. Now I'm going for this hybrid setup this summer since I want more snap in my strokes. Love to hear it. I'm actually pretty familiar with the TGV. That's actually a really great alternative to natural gut. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the weather and the heat and the wetness with the TGV since it's not a natural material. It is Tecnifibre's softest string, therefore it's very arm friendly. So I understand why you use it. My guess is you're going to use that on the main and cross it with the ALU rough, which is the non-gut version of, let's say, a Fed setup or a Novak setup. So I would guess that would play very well. Let me see if I can add that on the list to try, because that's actually interesting to me to try to play with something like that. As you guys probably know, I like the stiffer stuff that snaps. So the softer stuff is a little difficult for me to control. But I'll put that on the list, Ricky. All right? Thank you for the coffee. If you want to be my coffee sponsor of the day, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. If you want to support the channel, super thanks could be the way for you. Link is below. You can contribute as much or as little as you'd like. All right. Thank you guys so much for supporting. All right, guys. As I drink my house blend, Pete's house blend, okay? Yeah, they were touting anniversary now that we're into a new month. I feel like that Ethiopian supernatural that they touted for a month and a half, I got it maybe 2 or 3 times out of the whole month. And there's a big billboard that says Ethiopian supernatural. And then I look over there, it's Gaia. I don't know if you guys are Pete's people, but if you are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let's talk about Tfight now. So Tfight 300 in the house. They are touting their Isoflex now, which is a material that's in here in the shoulders for more feel. They've also injected they injected these with foam to help with the dampening and quieting it down. I didn't think it was that noisy, to tell you the truth. As you can see, they have this part that's indented in here for flex. So instead of indenting the inside like some of the racket companies did, they indented the outside so that it flexes in this neighborhood. I wonder how that's going to play, because that's right in the heart of that sweet spot. Interesting. RS technology still in. This is the standard 300-gram version, which I believe is their best seller in the Tfight line. No, I take that back. The 305 sells better because of the man named Medvedev. So, but this is actually meant more for the weekend warrior, the regular person that plays tennis pretty sporadically and And it's a good racket for actually everybody, to tell you the truth, that can handle a 10.6 300-gram racket. All right, but let's take it out on the court and see how it plays. All right, guys, so we just got off the court. Tfight 300 with what technology, Coach Goo?
Isoflex.
Isoflex.
I should know this.
So since flex is in the name, Isoflex. Oh, how smart is Tecnifibre?
Smarter than you.
So much flex. What did you think?
Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first, since you know Isoflex.
So the 300 version, I feel like this is a great racket. It's the lightest of the family, I believe, right?
There are lighter versions.
There's lighter versions?
The standard 300.
Standard 300. I think I've tried the 305 and the 315. The 300 is actually weighted really well from the handle all the way to the head. The weight distribution on this racket does feel great. It is a bit stiffer than, of course, the 305 and the 315. But it does provide that extra flex. It's that special technology that Tecnifibre put into this racket. And this is probably my second favorite Tecnifibre racket. I would say the first one will be definitely the 315 of the Tfight, and the TF40. Oh, sorry. Then the Tfight 300 and the TF40. But for a 300 racket, I think this is something you should consider. It's definitely easy to play with, very easy, like very big sweet spot, easy power, easy feel. Very, very easy to play with, honestly. So I was super shocked with this new update of the Tfight. And Shaun, what do you think about it?
Thanks, Goo. Yeah, it was, it was a great racket, but I'm gonna just talk about how it felt being on the receiving end of your ground strokes when you use this racket. I definitely noticed extra pace on your ground strokes. The ball was biting and the court and kind of jumping quite high. Also, there was a little bit of extra bite on your backhand slice. I thought you did a really good job of using this racket and kind of getting your backhand slice to get low, but also moving away from me. So I think it's a great racket. And Goo, you played really well with it.
Well, you're trying to convince me to go switch to it. So,
Shaun, did you have any thoughts on it on yourself?
Yeah, I am more of a Wilson racket fan, but I think there were some similarities. I do agree with Goo. I think the balance across the racket was exceptionally strong, especially within the grip. I think there was enough weight between the head and the grip that made it feel like one continuous motion in the swing. I also thought that the head size was a good head size as well. Not too big, not too little of a sweet spot. So I think that enables that's helpful as you think about point construction and being able to have a variety of shots as you think about your overall strategy from the baseline.
Yeah. So Shaun, just to let you know, the Tfight comes in a bunch of different weights. This is the standard 300 weight. The Medvedev, supposedly the Medvedev version, is a 305, and it's weighted way different than this.
Okay.
There's also a heavier 315 version, which Gu likes, and we all like that one a lot. I feel like this particular one is very similar to a lot of rackets on the market. Kind of almost similar to yours, except not so stiff and heavy in the head. So this is the one that would probably be suited for like that weekend warrior. You know, the 3.5 to 4.0, maybe hidden in the 4.5 type of person that needs just enough power to get them through.
And Harry, do you feel like this racket is better for singles players, doubles players, can be used for both? What do you think?
I think both, but you know, when I think of doubles players, I think of something that they could use that's a little lighter. They do make lighter versions of this.
Right.
So in my mind, it's going to be a guy in their 30s to 40s using this racket that plays 3.5 to 4.0. That's in my mind who this racket is kind of suited for. Or if somebody in high school, rather than going to a Pure Drive or an Ultra or something like in that, they could go to something like this because this is right in that realm too. Coach Gu, you deal with kids.
Wow. Okay, you're just going straight.
Yeah,
right
tell me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, for the men, for like at least for the adult side, I would say it is a 3.5 to almost a 4.5 range for men and women. Women maybe a little bit higher, like a 5.0 could use this one. For the high schoolers, I would say or for a junior player that's especially moving away from a 26, should try to pick up a racket around 300 grams or
maybe a smidge lighter.
A smidge lighter, like maybe a smidge lighter, like a 290. But if they're transitioning into maybe to the standard racket, I mean, this would be a perfect fit for a junior. I think it's weighted the right way, and if they need to customize it, it's very easy to customize, I think. But no, I think this is a great starting racket for, I guess, for the juniors that are looking for something a little heavier from their typical racket.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. All right, so that's the Tfight 300 with what kind of technology?
Isoflex.
All right, Isoflex. All right. Guys, thank you for joining me today on the review of this Tfight 300. Coach Gu, where can we find you?
You can find me at agu.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
Thank you, Coach Shaun, for joining me.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.
Hey, Harry, I got a match in the morning. I need this thing restrung ASAP. Can you help me out?
Dude, it's 7 o'clock at night.
I know, Harry, but, you know, I don't know if I'm going to sleep well without it. I got to have fresh strings for this match.
Have you ever heard of a service called Direct Tennis?
No.
They can actually send out a stringer to your home.
Wow, great.
They can pick it up, string it, and bring it right back within an hour sometimes.
Awesome.
So it's directtennis.online.
Cool, I'll check that out. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, check it out. Guys, directtennis.online. Check them out. Get your racket strung.